Discuss this some more now with Alexey Muraviev. He's an associate professor of national security and strategic studies at Curtin University and joins us from Perth. Prof, always good to speak to you. Thank you. Could these latest attacks set the Taliban and Daesh-K on a collision course?
Well, they do, because by inflicting damage on both the airport, on Afghani civilians, as well as on the Taliban itself, because Taliban fighters or Taliban militants were among the casualties of this latest terrorist attack carried out by Daesh-K. Effectively, the organization causes two things. One is it opens up opportunity for Taliban to engage in retribution attacks, but on the other end, and that's more of a tactical level, to sort out the power grab between Daesh or ISIS operating in Afghanistan, as well as Taliban, who just assumed power and control over the majority of the country. But there is also more significant implications of this attack for the Taliban, because now it faces a major dilemma in the eyes of the international community. How is it going to handle the situation following this particular attack? Because Taliban wants to be legitimized and recognized by the international community. Does it want to ignore this attack? Does it want to take some firm action against what some may perceive to be their brothers in arms? Or are they going to effectively deal with Daesh, and by that trying to effectively differentiate itself from this terrorist organization, and also demonstrate that it's a transformed political force rather than an established extremist and terrorist movement, the way how Taliban has been perceived since it arrived to power back in the 1990s in Afghanistan.
Mm-hmm. Alexey, what's the motive, though, from Daesh-K when it comes to attacking the airport at this time, just days before all U.S. troops leave the country?
Well, we need to understand that Daesh or ISIS established its presence in Afghanistan following its consecutive defeats in northern Iraq as well as in Syria. So they did it in an attempt to relocate some of the remaining resources, including fighters from the so-called Islamic Caliphate that they have established on the territory of Iraq and Syria, and use Afghanistan as a ground where they can regroup, replenish their ranks, and kind of rebuild themselves. But given the fact that they have suffered defeat in the Middle East, they need to prove to their supporters and the followers that they still a force to be reckoned with. So by demonstrating this act of defiance just days before foreign forces are supposed to leave the soil of Afghanistan, they're obviously trying to send the message they're independent force. They're not going to be driven by any other agendas, including political agreements reached by the Taliban and US-led coalition. They also want to demonstrate that they have the force that acts independent of the Taliban, and I guess that perhaps is a claim for the power contest to the Taliban regime. So it's a mix of a propaganda message. It's a mix of demonstration of its capabilities. It's also a demonstration of a bit of a desperation. You know, remember us, don't forget about us. We're here, as well as an attempt to set the Taliban and US-led coalition on a collision course, because for it to be regrouped and for it to be rebuilt, it needs to breed on uncertainty. It needs to bring on more political vacuum and the power struggle. So the attention would be on someone else rather than on the ISIS. So I think it pursues a number of agendas by carrying out the attack right now.
Still a lot of issues that need to be sorted out on the ground in Afghanistan. Alexey Muraviev, appreciate your take. Live to us there from Perth.